Okay, Scott's going to be sharing his screen today.
I
And
am
yeah, go ahead. Tell us what
well.
you're doing.
I'm working on colors. So I have an issue, Ellis, that I would talk to a guy. Okay, so these are the colors I got from the colorist. Okay, and see, some of them look normal. I mean, that's normal. It's purple, but they're in outer space. And then
Yeah.
some of them look like this. Can you see that?
Yeah.
And I don't know what that is. And when I open it, so I'm going to open this in Photoshop.
It looks like maybe they had a white layer on that might still be on that they were
I don't think so.
pushing
It's a
something
TIFF.
back.
It's a
Huh?
flattened TIFF.
Oh, it is a flat tip.
So but see, it looks normal now, right?
Okay.
But the preview, that preview makes me nervous. I mean,
Well, it's got some sort of alpha issue
well,
that
and
it's
see,
pushing in your preview.
so a guy at work suggested it was one of these color settings.
Yeah, it could. Yeah,
So what I
it
was
may
gonna
it may still have a mask intact somewhere in its history or something like
Well, I
that.
don't think no. Because okay. So if I go, so here's what I've been doing to get around it.
Okay.
This image. So if I open one that looks good, because a couple of pages didn't look like this. If I open one that looks good, like I'll use this one for example. And then I go over here. Well, I'm gonna do a couple of things, and I copy this and paste it in the other one. It's fine. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Or were you going to make
So,
layers of them?
well, I just paste it on there and then compress it, flatten it, and it's fine. The thing. So a guy at work that knows more about Photoshop than me suggested it was this color settings. So I'm gonna compare the two. So what I'm gonna do, you can't see this. To compare the two. I'm gonna take a picture of these settings and see, because he suggested that it was something in there.
Hmm.
And it would be easier to fix that than do my cut and paste thing.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, open one of the good ones and
Yeah,
do the color.
compare and contrast, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know what to tell you about it. It's
it's
of
so
course
weird.
you're also using a Photoshop that might not be compatible with the person that did your colors. Probably no doubt not
I think that's
compatible.
part of it. But not every page is bad, Ellis.
Mm-hmm.
They're exactly the same. So the color settings is no help. I wonder if more options might make a difference.
Well, it being a flat, allegedly flat tip throws me. I don't get it.
Yeah, you would think
It
that.
ought to just be information on a pixel.
Yeah, some setting is off somewhere.
Well, I don't trust your preview. I think somewhere in there it's got preview is trying to read some sort of alpha
Well,
thing.
yeah, I think the file is fine, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean
Because
if it opens in Photoshop and it's showing you a good image, I wouldn't even
okay,
bother with that
paste.
pasting. Yeah.
That makes me a little nervous. I'll be honest with you, not to do that.
Bah.
Well,
Of
I'll
course,
let you
aren't they going to go back to a layered version of whatever you do? You're going to hand in
know.
some colors. Okay, you're working on the final.
I'm working on the final. So
Okay.
what I have is a white. Now I got to remember because I worked on this last night. Okay, so this is so what I'm doing. So let me go to this and copy this and go to here. So now this will be correct, but what I am doing, so I flatten the image, and then I have an action that I'm running because it's 400 DPI, which they don't want. I crop it a little bit in, and I make it RGB. For some reason, the publisher wants RGB, which I can't imagine. So this is correct. So then I'll go save as, and I'll go that.
So what'd you do? Save it as 300?
Yeah. I went down just a little bit.
And it cropped it from
and cropped
uniformly in some way?
Yeah.
And gave you what you needed.
Yeah. So I need to open Illustrator because what I'm doing now is I am lettering it too. So I've got the inks. See, and right here's page 7.
That ought to keep you busy.
And now it's correct. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, so I didn't do anything but open it in that new,
Mm-hmm.
And
well, this is that process stuff. I kind of always enjoyed it because basically after you get your habit going and everything, your brain, your brain just is in neutral after you get a certain kind of habit going.
Yeah. Okay.
And I always like kind of no-brainer work. That's why they call it no-brainer work.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of likes it, I think.
Well, so this is why that exact scenario is why at work I have my guys get up and do stretches every.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You don't realize how much you're locking into something like that. Like you say, you get trance state going with a whole lot of routine work.
The bad thing is I could probably make an action that did all this.
Sure, but but be careful about.
Yeah.
Give I don't want to quick check before you save over. Yeah.
That's the problem. I don't want to save over anything. It is making the files bigger.
Oh, it is when you compress.
I don't know why. See, and I'm kind of wondering if it's
significantly bigger.
I'll tell you here in a second. It shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be bigger at all.
No, it shouldn't be. Should it? Smaller, cropped.
They should be smaller. I don't know. I'm dumbfounded.
Oh, I'm going to go get a marker real quick while everybody watches you struggle with this. And I'll be right back.
While you go crazy. Anyway, I'm going to set up. Well, I know you can't see me. This is a little different. I'm going to set up my YouTube so I can at least watch what's going on. Anyway, I hope this is not too boring for people. People seem to like process stuff, but
I'm back.
Did you share this on Facebook, Ellis? I can't find it.
Sure, there it is. Sure, on Facebook.
Never mind. Dangerous freezer treats. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Can you
that refers to the fact I've been taking these old canned goods of fruit, and I discovered I like frozen fruits you can buy at the grocery store, and I tried freezing some of it that was in the can. I really liked it as a treat. But then I was about to open up this little can of mandarin oranges. I noticed it was all bulgy.
Oh, yeah.
And I realized, hey man, you're about to freeze something that's got botulism. It's like you got to watch those little bulgy cans. That's a sign to get rid of those things that have been there for 15, 20 years or whatever that represents.
How long have they been in the house?
I don't know, but
that's a bad sign.
They might have been there for good knows how many years.
I didn't realize my camera's still on the screen.
Your camera's still on the screen. I'm not sure what you're saying.
You can see me and my screen.
Oh yes, you can. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize that. No. I'm kind of glad because I was going to show you.
Yeah, don't do anything tubing like. What do you got there?
Can you see this?
Yeah, it says Coca-Cola on it.
This is have you had any of these? It's Coca-Cola coffee.
Here, I'll share it.
Oh,
Well, nah, that's all right.
I'm not sharing this.
Coca-Cola coffee. Wow.
Yeah.
So what do you do with it? Is it cold?
Yeah. That came out of my fridge. It's cold and it's caffeinated. This is vanilla flavored. I kind of like them. I can't guzzle them. They're too fizzy but I like them.
Sounds like another way to intake some diabetes.
Yeah, probably. Did I do that right? Yeah, that was fine. Okay.
I was just thinking about one of the things I was thinking about in reference to it. I was listening to a condensed version of How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Oh yeah.
And it made me think of Scott.
Cosby.
Scott.
Cosby.
Not coffee. What?
Cosby.
Cosby. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Scott Cosby. I couldn't hear.
Oh yeah. Hey, dude. He pops up in my Facebook all the time. This is a friend of ours that passed away. What, 5 years ago?
God, how long has it been?
It's been a while. It's been several years, and just the greatest guy in the world. I mean.
And you know what was fundamental about how he was so well liked about everybody? He was just automatically comes up and takes an interest in you. You know?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I doubt he ever read that book. Yeah. But he definitely operated on its principles.
Yeah, whether he knew it or not. Yeah.
Yep. Super nice guy. I mean, something came up recently in my Facebook, and I was just like, man, I miss this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't. He was an artist. He was a writer when I met him. He kind of became an artist, but he was never a great artist. I would consider him more like a fan kind of artist.
Oh yeah, he's definitely fan level. Yeah.
But he was super enthusiastic about it. I mean, he was more enthusiastic about art than most artists are.
Mm-hmm.
And he met tons of people, and people would talk to him and help him and give him information and all kinds.
He even got tips from I remember that urban barbarian, Dan Panasarian.
Or however you say his name.
Panasarian, I guess. Natasha International says, you guys changed days on me. Yep.
Oh, we did. Yeah. So I've been going to church on Wednesday nights, and I don't know if it's going to be a continual thing, but I like to have that option.
Yeah, Wednesday always was kind of the extra church night, as I recall.
Well, I'll be honest. What happened is I was talking to our pastor, and so we don't have Sunday night services, which kind of bugs me, and we haven't for a while. And it bugged. So I'm the kind of guy that's like, yeah, I'll stay home. You know, I mean, I've always got something to do.
Sure.
So it's like, yeah, I'll stay home on Sunday nights. But but I also realize that I'm being lazy for no reason. And so I'm the kind of guy that will go, no, I should not be lazy. You know,
mm-hmm.
I should be doing this.
Should be doing something, huh?
Yeah, exactly. And I don't like that I get that way. I mean, I know I'm that way.
Well, I guess laziness, if it feels good stretching back and doing nothing.
You know, yeah, but that's
don't obviously.
I think
got things that should be pressing, do them.
I think when you're talking about a spiritual practice, laziness is not ideal.
Okay, I mean. So yeah, David Lynch talks about spiritual. As far as films he found his most spiritual, he said Eraserhead was his most spiritual film.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever seen Eraserhead?
Mm-mm.
It's interesting.
I have not seen a lot of David Lynch's stuff. I've read his audiobook though, or listened to his audiobook,
Listen.
I guess.
In it, is he narrated? I hope, because he's got
Yeah,
great.
he does narrate. Yeah, you should get it from the library. It's about being an artist. I forget what it's called, but
He gets right to the core of
oh yeah,
your creative process. He understands that, a movie is just 70 index cards. He understands that you boil it down to a simple communication between you and what you need to do. He's really a guy to listen to, really, on that kind of stuff.
yep. I think I'm forgetting to flatten this. Maybe why some of these are bigger than I think they should be. But yeah, if I shrink the size and I reduce the resolution, I don't know how the image would be any bigger. But I'm not.
Well, I mean, there may have been some sort of compression setting that you're now using your other one that.
Oh, you know what? Oh, I'm not converting these to RGB. I don't think it matters, to be honest. But
What were you being given before you convert them?
they were CMYK. The publisher wants them RGB for some reason.
RGB.
Yeah, I know. That doesn't make any sense, does it? Where did my...
I don't know enough about it. I know nothing
Yeah,
about what to hand
I
to
know
printer. I could no more get any use out of converting to, because I've seen what happens to my stuff when I convert to CMYK. I've got I do colors that are out of bounds and just obviously aren't going to show up if you treat them, if you try to print them.
Yeah, this is the kind of stuff that I don't really like doing. I know you said you like mindless work, but
Well, no, I mean, I don't like that kind of stuff either. I hate lettering.
oh yeah, I'll be honest with you. If I have it my way on any more projects, I won't letter it because no more than it costs to hire a letterer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just that stuff that kind of gets on your nerves doing it. Have you seen any movies lately? Because I got a couple I could recommend.
No, I have, and I've seen it already. I have the New Mutants from the library in my that I'm going to watch. I may watch part of it tonight. But I've seen it before. I saw it on whatchamacallit, HBO Max.
Oh, HBO Max before they have you.
Before they kicked me off.
And you're still officially kicked off or not?
I don't know. I haven't messed with it because there's like passwords I don't know I need to figure out. And last time I did it, I got my wife locked out of her email.
Oh no, don't do that.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah, it's like maybe I need to not do that. Page. Here's what drives me crazy about this. I can't remember what the page number is because I'm saving it in that new document, and I don't want to save. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I kind of wonder.
Yeah, you gotta get your.
See, it's the LZ. I don't know why these would possibly be bigger. Oh well. I still go back and put the letters on here. So let me do one more. Let me do 15, and I'll do that so people will see how that goes. That may be interesting to people. Crazy people.
Doing your lettering the way you like to do it. Oops.
Okay, so this is 15. Don't let me forget that.
Okay. I will remember 15. I need some paper.
That's how I should be doing that. Okay. Are you writing up 15? Don't write up 15. Telling you that to not forget it helped me remember it.
Okay. Oh yeah, sure. You can't forget it now.
Yeah, that thing. So Okay, so let me see. Let me look and see what pages I've. Let's see. So these are my final pages. So drives me crazy because one of them I lost my letters on, so I got to reletter one of the pages. Drive me crazy. I hate doing duplicate work.
Oh, heck, no, that'd be awful. Was it particularly wordy? I'd really hate that.
I think it was actually.
Oh boy.
Okay, so I'm gonna get the letters for page 7. Okay, so that's page 7. So that's Photoshop. I liked it better when the icons for the programs had the letter of the.
Don't you have that option of switching them back to that?
Do I? If I do, I need to do it. Okay, so here's how I do my letters. So this page is lettered, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's on a layer that I draw the image, I bring it in here.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the layer, and so I can copy this. I'm just going to copy this and then bring it into Photoshop. And now I got to place it, which is literally just like a matter of.
Sure. Move it around with your arrow keys.
Yeah. And when I sent her the deals, none of my lettering, like my sound effects and stuff, I put in the image layer, which I wish I had, but I had not. So what I've been doing lately, and I should have done this on all the pages, but this is going to be one of those from now on kind of things. So this is the layer, right, that the lettering's on. So I'm gonna come up and adjust the lettering just a little bit.
I tell you, that sure looks like a comic book page. That's great.
That's good. It is a comic book page.
Nothing like adding lettering and color to.
Oh yeah.
Say, here you go. Here's just some comics.
Have some comics, kids. So I figured out. So anyone that's watched this, has seen that I did these 4 pages of my own thing. And you know what I've decided I want to do, Ellis? This is me probably just being dumb. I have decided that I am going to
run for office.
No, I'm going to. All this looks pretty good, except right there I need to move. So when I was a kid, I bought an issue of Fantastic Four, and that issue was like 185, we'll say. I don't remember the exact number, but it dropped me right in the middle of a story. And so I decided what I'm going to do. I drew those 4 pages, and my idea was it would be the start of something, like an ongoing thing or whatever. I've had different thoughts since then. I've decided what I want to do is make a standalone image. Standalone comic that is like if you went off in like 1975 and bought an issue off the rack.
That's an idea.
And so I'm not gonna do any kind of like. I'm just gonna treat it, and I'm even going to, and I've got it kind of figured out. I'm even gonna make it look like a comic from the Bronze Age. I'm going to do my own fake letters page. I'm going to do my fake bullpen page. I'm going to do an ad on the inside cover, the back cover, and on the back, inside back cover and outside back cover. I've even decided on the outside back cover, I'm going to make an ad for a fake movie. And I want to just make this comic that is like, when you look at, and I may number it like, whatever I'm going to name it, issue 173, and I'm going to do the fake Indica. I'm not going to call it Marvel Comics, but that's what it's going to be like.
Mm-hmm.
Something about that idea really appeals to me.
Well, I find stuff that does that well, kind of irresistible. Like I'm trying to think of the artist's name, Scott something that I think it's Scott, uh, that did those amazing stories, astounding stories, or whatever, and they were kind of hysterical looking and very super loose. I mean, the guy he's just a man. He's a concept artist and all that.
Yeah.
And they were published, I assume, by Dark Horse or somebody. And I wish I could think of the artist's name, but I found those irresistible, and that's what those were doing, was saying, "Remember Jack Kirby? Well, here you go."
Yeah, I mean and I don't know why. It's like, I can make what I want to make, and so I've got the rest of the story plotted out. And the 4 pages, the thing is, I kind of do those 4 pages not really knowing what I do with them. And it's like, okay, this is where I'm going to fit them in. They're going to be, I don't want them to be the first 4 pages. It's going to be like a flashback in the middle of the story, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, where you drop in on a story is just so totally. I mean, it can be right or wrong, but it's amazing how right it can be to drop in really late.
Yeah.
The audience is so smart. I mean, it's like, okay, obviously 2 million events have occurred, but I get you. I know where we're at.
That is exactly what I'm going for. This idea of, okay, you're in the middle of this.
Right.
I think this needs a little bit of color in it. This is where I screwed up by not having the colors.
Yeah, it's
same thing for this down here.
a
little bit of knockback.
I guess I included you in the note. Oh, yeah, I know I did. Of how much I enjoyed this HBO Perry Mason.
Oh, yeah. I didn't realize it was HBO when you were talking about that, because Perry Mason is on Prime. And I was like, you can watch that on Prime, Ellis, because you're talking about buying it. And then I realized, oh, wait a minute. He's talking about.
How many of the old Perry Masons are on Prime?
I think quite a few of them.
Okay, I'm going to check that again, because I think I watched quite a few of them a long time ago, but I think they've taken them off again. I'll check that.
I watched one the other night.
Okay, I'm going to check that. Oh, good. Because I could go for that, because it's weird. This isn't truly anything like alternate universe Perry Mason. This is I remember thinking, if Earl Stanley Gardner was alive today and he had the option, he would like writing this Perry Mason, this early origin story era Perry Mason. He would dig writing those stories. He would say, yeah, let me give it a shot. And because it was a very fun trip, and it was, the acting was so great. It was really a lot of fun to watch it.
Okay, so I've gone in. I knocked back that lettering just a little bit because I thought the sound effects from the tire. I want the conch. So it's basically done, and I'll flatten it and then save it. Which I should probably say. Before I was doing them in Photoshop and saving them as Photoshop files, and then I have my final pages, and I've got this is the lettering convention that the publisher gave me. So I'm kind of converting them from what the colors did to what I'm doing.
Did he give you the font?
No.
Okay.
No, I had it's a free font I got somewhere.
Comic Sans.
Yes, Comic Sans. How'd you know?
Everybody likes Comic Sans.
I don't know why Comic Sans got such a bad rap. Other than
Well, I just know that if you use it, you don't get your Comixology support.
that is so dumb. I
Isn't
mean,
that weird?
they literally say we won't publish your book, and it's like, and their reasoning is like, well, if you're using this, it's obvious that you don't know what you're doing.
You're
It's
not
like,
up to our standards. Yeah.
it's like, yeah, but come on. What about if you use it ironically? Which, I mean, I don't care about that. But what if what if it fits? I mean, what if you want your comic to look like? See all these
a mediocrity, which most of the stuff that they're going to have on Comixology anyway is going to be some sort of certain flavor of mediocrity. I don't get the aversion to it really.
Yeah, well, it's just to me, it's such an arbitrary rule. I mean, I get it, but Anyway, so this is what I'm going to be doing for the next couple days. I've got issue 2 and 3. The colors are starting on 4. It's taken her forever. I mean,
she's not going to retire on her efforts, I'm sure. So it's like, I'll work it in when I'm.
She's got a DC book she's working on, so.
So she is professionally a colorist. Okay.
She is, as I believe, she makes all of her money as a colorist.
Wow. That's impressive. I mean, in a way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't make all my money drawing comic books.
Yeah.
But I probably. She doesn't live in America, so I think her. Oh, look at that! All those signs lined up perfect. I don't have to do anything to any of that. That's awesome. I'm not doing anything to this page. So this page is going to go a lot easier. This page got crammed a little bit. This page right here was a good example of why I do my lettering on my thumbnails before I actually do my art, because this page got so cramped.
Mm-hmm. Boy, that's nice. Boy, that really is a cool looking page. All that. Yeah. It's got a lot of cool space in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to make it. My goal is to make it look cool.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I've drawn this so long ago. When I look at it, I'm just like, oh gosh.
There's have you seen that? I think it's Prime, but it may be Netflix. Come think of it, movies that made us, and it's it has these little essays on how the movies that were really important little milestones like Jurassic Park, all the little backstories and stuff. And it's pretty interesting, how many people, nobody was resistant to the idea of being on board on Jurassic Park. It was one of these green light dreams come true.
Dude, Steven Spielberg,
dinosaurs, and Michael
Crichton, man.
Yeah,
I mean, he's even before that, he had a little bit of a history with successful novelist. Jurassic Park, I'll be honest with you. So when Jurassic Park, the movie, was coming out, I had heard about it. And so I got the novel from the libraries when we lived in Yukon still.
And it's got some differences, yeah.
No, it's got some big difference. And I hated
Rusty, it. You hated it? You hated the changes?
I hated the movie because they had changed it, Ellis.
Mm-hmm. Well, Crichton is a good writer, for one thing, so you would have something to miss. I hadn't read it. So.
Oh, I had the paper. I had the audio book. The library has the audio book. You ought to get it.
Yeah, I ought to. I don't think I have. Come to think of it, I'm not sure I've ever read it. And I like Michael Crichton. He's a good writer.
It's pretty good. Now, I have not. Wow, no wonder this TIFF was bigger. It's multi-layer and RGB still, or CMYK.
Well, if it's multi-layer, there's the answer to your issues. I mean,
that'll make a big difference, especially when I'm,
Well, I mean, in the effects you're looking at that are weird as far as the colors. If those others were multi-layer, they had something going on with the layer in there that was making things wacky, or
Yeah.
or a mask. Something that freaks out my preview all the time. If I try to preview something and it just happens to have a layer with a mask, it always.
Maybe that is. Maybe she made a tip out of something with a
I,
mask.
I'm sure it's got a little mask as part of its
That would make
anatomy.
sense, coloring it. How cool is this
Sure,
page?
sure. She'd have all this stuff with masks on it. All of her flatting work. She's probably got 100 masks on it. Yeah.
Yeah. So how cool is this page where these angels are breaking in and they're trying to capture these renegade angels into the mall, and then this guy shows up, and this is a spitting image of the publisher of SourcePoint Press, the guy that owns it, a guy named Travis McIntyre. So it's like, make him look like Travis. Like, okay.
You managed to do it, huh? Cool.
I think so. We'll see.
Yeah, you got.
See, if I let her if I don't have to futz with everything, this goes pretty fast because it's just dropping it in there.
You've already done that.
I've already done everything. It's just a matter of compositing the pages.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, that's the task at hand, huh? Just bringing it together. Okay.
But that stupid preview issue
got you worried.
Well, got me. I don't want any screw ups. I mean, I want it, and yeah, I don't want any screw ups.
Yeah.
I mean, I want this thing to go to so the new thing. So it hadn't been announced yet, but if anybody's listened to this or watched our show, they probably know this is going to be published by SourcePoint Press. I don't have a contract. I don't have anything yet because the writer was going through a divorce, and his divorce decree, it said amazingly that his wife, now ex-wife, gets half of every comic that comes out before August 2021. And if it's announced, that's considered, she gets half of it.
Mm-hmm.
So we have kind of futzed around here, even though the excuse me, I'm gonna take my shoes off. Even though the colors didn't done, because we don't want her owning a quarter of the comic.
Mm-hmm.
If anything happens with it, we don't want her having control of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so anyway, but so SourcePoint Press is putting this out. Well, check this out. This week it was announced that at New York Comic Con this year, SourcePoint Press is the sponsor for the badges. So now you haven't been to New York Comic Con, so you don't know exactly what that means. What that means is last Comic Con I went to in 2019, the badge sponsor was Walking Dead. So that means all the badges for New York Comic Con. Sorry, I got to do a little bit of.
Their imprint is.
So the imprint's growing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like I've got I've got a good opportunity here because they're getting bigger and bigger. They've got to deal with one of the publishers to publish. I mean, like Simon & Schuster or something like that. It's the same one that Marvel announced they're using, but they're going to publish all their graphic novels, you know. And so my work, potentially, if this ever makes it out, I ever get done with the letters and the coloring and all that jazz, it will be potentially in bookstores all everywhere, you know. So yeah, I feel like I lucked in because I got involved with them, and not long after that, they started getting distributed by Diamond, which was a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Then they started, and they at that point they stopped taking submissions. They take submissions like once or twice a year. It's either twice a year or once a year. Oh, see, like right there, I forgot to flatten it. Oh, it's CMYK.
Right place, wrong time, or right time.
Yeah, I happen to be in the right place at the right time.
Mhm.
So if I can ever get the stinking book out,
You'll have
yeah, I mean,
something to monitor for a while anyway. Something
mhm.
that'll be
Oh
fun.
yeah, I mean, I really feel like I lucked out by just, like you said, being in the right place at the right time. And uh, the COVID has been kind of a dampener but it may have actually worked out in my favor with the comic because, hate to say this, but it wasn't quite done, and had they kept growing, who knows? But everything kind of got paused in their progress. So I don't know. They've actually even had a couple movies made of their books. So I mean, who knows?
Mm-hmm. What were the movies?
Oh, the one that I can think of off the top of my head was called Rotten Tale. It was a low budget horror thing with a rabbit. I don't know.
Probably had Bruce Willis in it. Bruce Willis is after paychecks, I tell you. Hey, fellas, Rusty. Yeah. Well, it's almost September. Not much longer now. I was seeing that September 14th, hopefully I'm celebrating my birthday, and is also the day where maybe Larry Elder will be the new governor of California. Hopefully, that recall election. That would I've made a prediction, fairly firm prediction on some social media that just can't happen. They've got their mail-in cheating kind of stuff so well figured out that there's no way they're going to let a prominent conservative voice ever become in charge of something like California. Are you kidding? That just is not going to go over with the power structure as it is. I don't know what has to happen to ever allow
Well,
it, but their cheating mechanisms, I think, will nullify whatever the people want.
well, I after today, I don't know if they can cheat enough to win. I mean,
Oh, they just have to have something. I mean, there's no way any sane person can imagine that Joe Biden got 81 million votes by trying to run from his never making an appearance or anything like that.
Yeah,
You do not get that kind of turnout by doing nothing.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. I mean, but I know a lot of people that don't.
That's the deal. We don't have the hysterical, adamant lawyer class on our side for this issue, because that's all it takes is somebody that just screams bloody murder nonstop 24/7, and that's what the lawyer class would do faced with the idea that had actually occurred. They just use the media every day to remind you how what a stupid idea it is that so and so got 81 million votes.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I think this Afghanistan stuff.
Oh yeah. I mean,
you.
And they really would like that off the front burner as far as what we're looking at now. But there's no way to not look at that.
Not now. Oh, dude, and that's only going to get worse.
Oh yeah. It's.
I mean, think of what the hostage. I mean, you're older than me, and think about what the hostage situation did to Carter.
Oh yeah.
And we're facing. I mean, hopefully nothing else happens, but there's
Oh
a
no, it's
it's
kind of
inevitable.
inevitable. Yeah,
Those guys are relentless. We could be facing, and when you embolden, the thing is people that commit acts of terrorism only fear reprisal.
right.
And so if they think they can get away with it, they're not. And
Well, Biden and the people that actually run him and make all his decisions for him, they don't want to make a move that counts against them in terms of like saying we went in, we kicked their butts, but it cost us, 100 lives. They don't want that. That's politically bad, but they may end up costing more than 100 lives. Heck, they almost got that in one fell swoop with that bomb today. It wasn't all American lives, but it was probably close to killing 100 people.
well, I know there was a group of Christian missionaries. Okay, this is what I read on the internet. There was a group of Christian missionaries, 100 Christian missionaries. I don't know where they were from. May have not been American. May not even have been white. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There was a group of Christian missionaries trying to leave. They were in the airport with 300 orphans, and last night they were forced out of the airport by one of the generals in charge there. Now, this is internet rumor, so I'm not going to stand by it with more than that. But but I can't imagine. Yeah.
Well, logistically, what you've got to cope with is somebody comes along with a big population you just can't cope with. You have to say no, we can't do that. We got this we're doing. Whatever it is. You got your both of these. That's weird. They're supposed to have a distinction between. One of these was supposed to have been fine, and one of them was supposed to be, but both of them say there's 7s on them, so that's odd.
Uh-oh. I found some Amazon pins that I'm gonna buy. I'll give you some because I think you have to buy a dozen of them. It's like $5 for a dozen of these Amazon pins. I want to see. They're supposed to be brush pins, like brush with fibers and stuff.
I've got something coming. I was real disappointed. I'll make my screen big here while I show what I've been doing a little bit of today. If I can figure out. Let's see. Single. Okay, that's you. Now I need to figure out. I was about to remove myself. I end up. Here we go. There we go.
Don't remove yourself.
Yeah. Okay, solo layout. I'll do that real quick. Okay. This started as a fairly, interest. It was of interest to me because it was something I just added glazes to bring it up. And so I tried to finish it with the water-soluble oil, which is a lot, I say, easier to work with. But at the same time, it just doesn't behave in a way I'm used to. And so I'm going to have to give up on the dream that I could use water-soluble oil.
Water-soluble oils. That sounds like
Doesn't sound likely, does it? Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a fantasy. You're making this up.
Yeah, but they have them, and some of them are called alkyds. So I got that going, and I had a lot of fun with it, I guess, but it's just not. It was hard to actually just put paint on and say, okay, there's a, it was hard to load my brushes right. It felt like, but anyway, so that's what I've been doing. I actually already spent some money and sent for some medium, which might make a difference. I'll try the medium, the water soluble medium, and see if maybe that changes what I get. And here's while I'm in solo layout, Here's the little doodles I've been doing today, so that everybody gets a gander at those. Now we'll go back to sharing.
Oh yeah, I like those. Those were awesome looking. I was looking at them on the YouTube. So this is the pins I was talking about, Ellis.
Let's see, calligraphy brush pens. What are they? Chisel points?
It says. Let me.
I bet you bought a bunch of chisel points.
Well, I haven't bought them. No, they're not chisel points. See, they've got a flexible nib.
Huh.
I don't know. I haven't bought them yet.
What, you just found a really good price on them or something?
Yeah, you get 12 of them for $6.
Whoa, that's 50 cents a piece. All right.
Yeah, I'll buy a box and give you a couple.
Okay.
I mean, if they're as good as those, what are they, Fuji pins or Fuji pins? That's about a third of the price, or cheaper.
Yeah. Are you checking the delivery date on it? Because it might be like 2 months from now or something.
September 1st.
Okay.
It's not too bad, but you know.
Not too bad.
I haven't bought them yet. I'll probably get some tonight. I have some Amazon money. So,
you still got some of that, huh?
Well, I got more of it for a birthday, so.
Well, that's cool. That's all you have to tell people, huh? Is just give me some Amazon credits.
Yeah,
I'll figure out what I want.
You do that. Put on your list. I'll get you something. I'll give you a couple pens. Yeah.
What are you opening up now?
This is the letters page.
Okay. Yeah, you got to go back for it.
Oh yeah, this is.
Do you find you can do this pretty easily? Talk and do this task? Not really.
Probably not as efficient as not talking, but okay. I mean, it's okay. I'm not caught up with where I've converted all those.
You even have your old legacy over there off to the side, don't you? Of these script pages.
On my So.
All that stuff where you cut it up into bits and make
I'll copy and
sizes.
paste the entire page, and then I cut it up and drop it. And here's my word, and I use the same page over and over. And this is how I make my word balloons. I'll grab like this shape, and I got tails, and I'll just cut and paste all the tails, or I do Pathfinder on all the tools, all the tails on the balloons.
That's cool. I wish I had all that Illustrator skill. Illustrator is just like I think that'd be a very soothing thing to do a lot of work in, you know.
That's not bad. I mean, I do it that's what I do all day.
Yeah, because you have to have a real scale of stuff.
When you have path for tools. So,
That's cool. I like your water. That's neat.
Thanks. The coloring really helps it.
Yeah, by the time you get all cleaned up, inked and everything, Scott, your stuff. Because my objection, as a general rule, is you in a lot of cases feel like looking at your pencil. I feel like you need to stop earlier or something like that. But by the time somebody inks you, there's a step, and you inked yourself, right?
Yeah, you've done everything. I would not ink myself if I could get away with it.
Yeah.
It's just so I'm not very fast at it.
That's what's amazing. We're looking at a project here. You have stuck through every stage of this thing.
Yeah.
And now you're understandably antsy to see it out.
Well, you're
inches away from it.
I know. It's like, and what's sad is I feel like I'm losing my willpower the closer. It's like I can't take it.
There's guys that do 99% of all the hard work and then quit on a project. A writing project and stuff.
Which sounds ridiculous.
I know it does sound ridiculous.
God, in the middle of it, it's like I cannot take any more of this.
Yeah, but it happens. It happens.
Well, you know what? You know what I think happens, because I've battled this. I think you look at it and you go, this is not going to happen.
Yeah, you no longer believe.
You're like, yeah, you lose that optimism because it just takes so long. And this has taken incredibly long due to me not working fast, due to the colors not working fast, due to COVID. And you expect, and you go into this stuff expecting this big, quick payday. And then you get into it and you're just like, oh my gosh, what in the world? This is never going to pay off.
No, money. Thinking about money and comics anyway is just like not happening.
Oh yeah, you're kind of, yeah. That's. Oops, I'm about to white out some stuff on this page.
Oh, something sexy or
no,
profane?
Just I've got signs in front of people. Oh no, there's a lot of profanity in this book. That's my only thing is, and early on I talked to the writer and I was like, dude, do we need that much profanity? And he's like, oh yeah, it'll sell. I'm like,
I think that's exactly how the cowboy said it in Big Lebowski. Dude, do you have to cuss so much?
Yeah, that's about how I said it to him too.
And the dude replies, "What the fuck? What the F are you? What the F are you talking about?"
Yeah, I think that's how my writer replied to me.
Yeah, probably.
Whatever. I mean, you know what's funny is I gave I made it early on. I made an ash can, as I was calling it, and I gave it to somebody, and I went through the pen and blocked out all the swear words, and I said it was like a special edition.
Well, what was it?
I think I thought it was really bad, and I sent it to somebody. And I apologized, and they were like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Okay."
I mean, people that watch Deadwood are not going to be remotely bugged by your vulgar comic book.
Yeah, because it's not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I'd have taken the trouble to put all the signs on the art layer before. Let this be a lesson to you kids. If you don't want to go back in and do this kind of tedious crap, put all the signs on the art. This issue and this issue in particular, because it took place in the mall. These signs killed me because every store had to have some kind of sign to kind of sell it. And they weren't in the script. So I'm like making up stuff, and I'm trying to letter it and get it to, I wish I'd have dropped it on the ink layer. I'd have saved myself so much work.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, that is tough to do. Oh, Rusty Dale says, yep, Dead was amazing. He's in Australia, an Aussie, or he's an Aussie anyway. And, there's even a character named Swearington in it. He does swear a lot. Yeah. And I wonder how time accurate that really is. Did people, because, people used to get maybe a little were easier to offend back then. That might have been fighting words to swear in somebody's presence that much. I don't know. It's like, okay, the next person that says F, I'm going to pull out this gun and blow their head off. I don't know.
Could have been.
Might have been. And that happens a little bit in Perry Mason. I'm wondering about 1930 Perry Mason. But, it brings it alive for a modern audience to have that much swearing in it, Well, I really distorted a few things here.
Well,
I don't think I'll share this one. The
bad thing is, like, people I know have been like, what Well, in fact, I went to work. My boss, I mean, the vice president, one of the vice presidents of the company took me out for my birthday for lunch, and we talked a lot. And and at the end, he was like, "Oh, he's like, we'll have to go to lunch again. I wanted to hear about your comic book," and I'm thinking, you may not want to, because it's like I can't really just like give it to people because I mean, I have to gauge. Like I couldn't take it to work and give it to my employees. There's too much profanity.
Yeah.
Not my employees, but
You just feel like it just crosses the line on.
It absolutely does. I mean, it's probably fine, like people say, for whatever, but I mean, and it's different when you're an employer or you're somebody's boss. There's
Yeah. You don't want it automatically. It's like having a word balloon coming out of your head with profanity on it when you're. It's like having it on a bumper sticker on your car or something.
Yeah, you just have to. There are certain things because you represent the company. I mean, they've drilled that in your head. You represent the company.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Avis, they won't let you keep those hats that they have. They don't want you going out and being a bum. With an Avis hat on. I made off with mine. I typically mow the lawn in it.
Like a bum.
Like a bum. Who's that bum mowing the lawn with? Oh my God, he works for Avis.
Oh my gosh, what's wrong?
I'm going to switch to budget.
I need to lighten up that hobby. I've got that word hobby, and I didn't want it white. I thought white was a little much.
You feel like it's jumping out too much?
Too much. There you go. I'm going to knock it back a little bit. I don't want the colors to go, "What'd you do to my colors?"
Huh?
I'll tell her you should.
I'm trying to see if it bugs me. It doesn't bug me. Never mind. What'd you do? Just lower its opacity, or what'd you do?
Yeah, I lowered the opacity of the layer. So this is, it was yellow, but it was.
Yeah, it's less. Yeah, it's less yellow. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
That's how a painter thinks. Yeah. Gray out those colors. Well, Scott, we've been at it an hour and 2 minutes. I guess we might as well end. Hey,
hang on, wait. Let me do this because this is page 15.
Mm-hmm.
And I set up 15, so I've gotten all 15 done. Now I got 22
Excellent.
to do, but my point is I got all the ones. I just feel like the symmetry of that appeals to me.
The symmetry of that. You came on board tonight with a goal and you did it, huh?
No. Remember when I was converting all those at the beginning?
Uh-huh.
I did through page 15. And so now I got all 15 lettered. So what that means is when I go over here, I've got 7 more to do.
Uh-huh. Well, you got a lot done tonight.
Yeah, I got all those. Well, so here's the bad thing. Page 2, page 2, I lost the letters for.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. So when I go in here and I open page 2, the letters, it's the wrong page. And I did it. I know I lettered them because I've got I'm not gonna find it, but I got a TIFF. So one of the things I made was let's see, was it this page? Oh, that had the letters. Somewhere I have a file of inks that of course now I can't find it. Somewhere
that's another thing about an enormous task like that. You end up with all these multi-generation.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Folders of stuff, and it's like, now wait a minute, is this? I thought I already did this, and then sure enough, you're doing some task you.
Yeah, see this is my Photoshop file. It should have the letters, but And I thought the other day I found a page that was lettered, but it was flattened. It was
No,
the
no
letters
good.
flattened. And it doesn't do me any good because I
Yeah,
kind of drop it on top of the colors.
where you want it. Yeah.
And so I'm going to, and there's a lot of dialogue in this page.
Oh boy.
Yeah, not happy, but I'll get it. I mean, it'll take her a month to finish issue 4. This is issue 2. I've got the letters for issue 3, which and the problem is there was such a lag time between the time I did the letters for each issue, because it took me a while to draw and ink each issue, that I did everyone just a little bit different. I had to kind of refigure out what I did. My little action with where I cropped it and de-resolution, it won't work because for some reason my pages are different size. They're just a little bit off, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll figure something out, though. Anyway, okay, I guess we can go, Ellis.
Okay. Well, thanks everybody, and we'll be back next Thursday. Yeah, look for us Thursday anymore.
Yeah, we converted to Thursday.
Yeah.
So anyway, thanks for joining us.
Yeah. In broadcast. Here we go.